those two? No, as long as I know I'll have it for tomorrow. Yes. Okay. Tomorrow. Yeah, I have 2 copies. Okay. I think it's almost 6, so they're probably on the live. Yeah. Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Welcome.
Shabbat Shalom.
We want to just let people know that we are, just because this is a Shabbat in which, out of kavod and respect for our bat mitzvah family, we're asking people if they would to put on masks. Just for this Friday night, we will not be requiring masks if you're vaccinated after the Shabbat. So we are asking people to be masked. And although the clergy are not being masked, as you can see, when anyone comes on the bima, we will put our masks on as well. But we do expect that for the next many months and years from here on in, people will, if you are vaccinated, you will be able to remove your masks indoors. That is our policy, but we are doing tonight one last Shabbat out of respect for our bat mitzvah family, that we will remain masked because not everyone is vaccinated in that family. So Shabbat Shalom to all, and we are wishing Shabbat Shalom to all of you who are watching on the live stream. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching in any virtual means, we welcome you as well. By the way, once we are finished, and those of you who are staying for dinner, we will of course not be asking people to wear masks while they eat. So don't worry. And we are looking forward to having some time to be together and to schmooze. So we are delighted that our Neshama Band is with us tonight, and to help make this Shabbat feel all the more special, not only because Zoe is going to become bat mitzvah over the Shabbat, but because we will have their beautiful music. And all of us, we hope, will be joining together in singing along with Cantor, Agar, and our Neshama Band members. So please, if you will, turn to page 13 in your prayer book and join with us in Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon.
Turn ahead with us, if you will, to page 16 of your prayer book as we continue 4 lines from the bottom of the page. Yismechu Hashamayim.
Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim.
page 19 as we continue the service. 3 lines from the bottom of the page. Romemu. Reggae version of Romemu. That's awesome. I love that. We're going to continue on page 20 of your prayer book. Psalm 29, Mizmor LeDavid. Please join with us, page 20. Now going to come to the heart of Kabbalat Shabbat, Lecha Dodi. It's going to be doing verses 1, 2, and 5 on page 21. And then we invite those for whom it is easy to stand to do so when we come to the last verse on the bottom of page 22. And we'll welcome the Shekhinah, we'll welcome God's presence as we do so. Page 21, Lecha Dodi. You to be seated. We're going to turn ahead now to page 23 as we continue with the Psalm for Shabbat, Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat. Let us sing this song in honor of Shabbat, page 23.
Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, Tov Lehodot Adonai. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, Tov Lehodot Adonai. Ulezamer L'Shimcha Elyon, Ulezamer L'Shimcha Lord.
invite those of you who are in the process of mourning or observing a yahrzeit to please rise and turn with me to page 24 as we conclude Kabbalat Shabbat with the words of Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Yalma divrach hirute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayechon v'yomechon. V'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'gala uvizman kariv yimru. Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabba mevorach leolam amei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal. Shemei dekudesha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran bi'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
We want to pause just briefly before we begin the evening service. First of all, again, to say welcome to everyone. Shabbat Shalom. We want to say a special welcome to the family and friends of the Olson and Harris families as we celebrate the Shabbat in which Zoe becomes bat mitzvah. And Zoe's going to have a little taste of tomorrow by helping to lead a little bit of the service a little bit later on. We also want to welcome our teens from AJ and Beth Shalom, whoop whoop, and our USY director Larry Kaplan, who's here in the house blending in. You wouldn't know that Larry is here because he kind of looks a little like one of the teens sometimes from a distance. So even though this is a pretty big room, and it is a big room, it's also can be an intimate room, believe it or not. It can be a kind of cozy room when a lot of people are in it. It doesn't feel like there are so many people in it when it's very full. So I'm hoping that we can make it feel a little bit intimate, because what I would love to do for just a few minutes before we start the evening service is if anyone would be willing to say something either about this week that is ending that's been a particular blessing. And we can start with the Olson family because there's clearly a blessing that's happening there. If anyone would want to kind of say out loud, I'll try to repeat through the mic, there's been something good from your past week, or maybe something, since we're really getting close to the start of summer, something you're really looking forward to, the start of summer. After all, we are also going to be celebrating any of the kids who are here in this room who are going to Jewish summer camp. We're going to do that in just a little bit. So does anyone have something that feels like a blessing from their week or something they're really looking forward to? Okay, so let's start with the Olson, Harris, Lankin extended family right here. Virtual school has ended. All right, and school has ended or is ending for a lot of people. Yes, for some people that's a blessing, I think. Okay, Holly. A new great niece in the extended family. Wonderful. Mazel tov, mazel tov. Okay, anything else? Deb? Seeing nieces and nephews you haven't seen in 2 years in person. Wow. Haley, what do you got for us? Wait, I'm getting old in case it's not evident, and so I can't quite hear, so maybe either a little louder, Haley? And this summer you were doing something really fun. Cantor Agar has much younger ears than I, so if he can hear.
I can't hear either, actually.
Oh, okay.
I listen to music.
So if one of her parents wants to say it a little louder so we can hear, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm sorry, Haley, it's just a little, I know, I was saying how intimate the room is. It is a little bit, we're far away. seeing relatives this summer we haven't seen. That's a real blessing. Okay, great. Anyone else? All the way in the back, Joel. Germantown Academy had its graduation today. School's over, and someone just quit their job and looks very happy about it. Even though you've got a mask on, I think there's a big smile underneath that mask, it looks like. Well, and we were also glad to hear that you're starting a new job in a week, too. That's a good thing also. All right, teams, do you guys have anything you're feeling good about? Nothing? Camp starts in 2 weeks. Woo, woo. All right, how about the fact that the Sixers won game 2? Right? Okay, that's a blessing. Yes, Steve. Oh my goodness. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary. Oh, proposal. Happy anniversary of your proposal to Mindy. Happy anniversary of your proposal to Mindy. Did she say yes the first time is the question? Is it the first? Did she say yes the first time? Yeah, she did. Okay, good. All right, Bradley, can you say it loud? All right, we need a translation. Josh, can you, Oh. That is so sweet. Well, I hope, Bradley, I hope you write a really nice note to your teacher to tell her how much, or him or her, I'm sorry, I didn't know if it was how much you were going to miss your teacher. That would be really, that would make your teacher feel really, really good to know that. All right, Rebecca. I was waiting for that one. Yeah, Zoe's becoming bat mitzvah. How about that? All right. Any other last things we're feeling pretty good, excited about? We got a whole Wrigley family here. We got 6 Wrigleys. We got anything feeling good or happy about in the Wrigley family? First time back in Beth Sholom. That is great. All right, everyone. So let's all remember that it's been a tough time, but we're here together. So it is a wonderful gift, and we are very excited that we are able to celebrate Shabbat and be together, and celebrate Zoe, celebrate our teens, and celebrate those who are going to camp. So that is awesome. We are going to invite you, if you're able to rise, to do so as we continue the service with the Baruch Hu, page 28.
The Baruch Hu we're doing is a little different than usual. It's a fun, catchy melody, so please join me on the la la la's first. La 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 la.
invite you to be seated as we continue now on page 28, our own prayers of Ma'ariv Aravim.
Baruch atah Adonai Me'olam asher Umavir yom v'layla Umavadil ben yom v'layla Adonai tzvaot shemo Elechai v'kayam Tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai Ha'mariv Aravim.
We're going to invite Aviva and Judah to lead us. We're going to put our masks on while they're up here as we continue with Ahavat Olam on page 29. Judah and Aviva, and we're going to invite Zoe to lead us in the Shema and the V'ahavta, which is on page 30 of your prayer book.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, v'chol levacha, u'v'chol nafshecha, u'v'chol meodecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'ela, asher anochi metzavecha, hayom al levavecha, v'shinantam levanecha, v'divarta bam, v'shivtecha bevitecha, u'lechtecha v'derech, u'shachbecha u'v'kumecha, u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha, v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha, u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'v'yisharecha.
We continue privately through the bottom of page 30.
Tavidechem Ledoratam Venatnu Al Tzitzit Hakanah Petil Techelet Vehayalachem Letzitzit Uritem Ato Uzkartem Ekol Mitzvot Adonai Vasitem Otam Velo Taturu Acharei Levachem Leacharei Nechem Asher Tem Sonim Achareichem Leman Tehizkaru Vasitem Ekol Mitzvotai Vitem Kedoshim Lelechem Ani Benai Elocheichem Asher Hotzeiti Etchem Eretz Mitzrayim Liot Lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohim Adonai Elocheichem Emet.
We say Yishar Kochech to Zoe. I'm leading us in Shema, and we are continuing the service on page 32 of your prayer book as we prepare to cross the sea, Nichamocha, in the middle of the page.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליכם משה ובני ישראל לכנו שירה ושמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם לה לה יעקב גלום יד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גל ישראל.
Join us as we continue now on page 33 as we sing Hashkivenu, Craig Taubman's melody, that there should be peace and calm, that there should be no one to harm us on this Shabbat, page 33.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום העמידנו מלכנו לחיים השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום העמידנו מלכנו
Shalom, v'hamidenu
אדוני אלוהינו לשלום העמידנו מלכנו לחיים השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום העמידנו מלכנו לחיים ושמור צאתנו ובואנו
Oops, sorry. My bad. Continue, please.
ושמור את אלוהיכם לשלום מעתה ועד עולם, ופרוס נשקות שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני, הפרוס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים.
Amen. We'll continue now on page 34, Vishamru. Those who are able to rise, if you can, as we continue the service now with some time for some quiet reflection and our own prayers, not only on the page but of our hearts, as we continue first with the Chatzi Kaddish on page 34, and then the Amidah, which we will recite privately, pages 35 through 38.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbi.
Amen.
ילמד דברי קירותי ובניק מלכותי בחיי כל וביום כל ובחיי כל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. שמי רבה מבורך, לעולם עולם מעלמיה, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל, שמי לקודשה בריחו לילה מן הכל ברכתה ושירתה ותושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן ביעלמה ויאמרו אמן.
Those of you who've come to the end of your prayer should feel free to be seated. Those of you who are still davening should continue to daven. And continuing now with Oseh Shalom, the Nava Tehillah, the beautiful version from the group from Israel, Oseh Shalom. Shalom, page 48. Amen.
ילמד ורתיר דבר מלכותי בחיי כל ומכל נבחי לכל בית ישראל ולא זכרים ימרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולם מהוויה יתברך וישתבח ויפועל ותרמה ותנשא ויתהדר ותעלה לשם את קודשה ריחו לעמק וכתב ושירתה תושפקתה ונקמתה דמירם ילמל ימרו Amen.
Amen.
תתקבל צדקון ובאותכון בכל ישראל קודם ובהון וישוע יאמרו אמן. יהי שלום רב משמיים וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל יאמרו אמן. עושה שלום יברמיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן.
So some of you are going to hear Kiddush when we have dinner together, but some are not staying for dinner. So I want to make sure everyone has a chance to hear the Kiddush. If you're able to rise, please do so. Cantor Agar will lead us on page 49 of your prayer book.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshah mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodesho v'yahava uvratzon hinkilanu zikaron lemaseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehilah levikra'e kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'yotanu kidrashta יבואו ברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת אמן. לחיים.
L'chaim. We're going to invite you to be seated. So, sometimes rabbis, like everyone else, use the great sage Rav Google for all kinds of things. But when I Googled, Jewish prayer for going to camp, there was really nothing there. So I guess that was a sign from the Holy One of Blessing that I needed to write one myself. So I would love to invite all of our kids who are going to be spending time at summer camp who feel comfortable coming up to the bima wearing their mask to be able to come forward, and we're going to offer a prayer for your camping experience. None of our teens are going to camp or they're too cool to come up. We do have we have gifts, we have small gifts for all of you. If you feel comfortable, keep your mask on, come on up. And we're going to offer a prayer. And if you would prefer not to come up, you can just let us know, and Julie has a gift for all of our campers. Wow, it is so nice to have kids on the bima again. Wow. By the way, one quick blessing I want to let you know about. I didn't say the blessing, that this is an important blessing. I want to say blessing in honor of Robin Minkoff and Emma Raymont. You may not know that the original air conditioning system that was created for this building, that was inaugurated in 1959, is still most of the original air conditioning equipment that we still have to this day, and it frequently goes out and causes many problems. So even though it's not a particularly hot night, we do have air conditioning here, and that is thanks to Robin Minkoff and Emma Raymont, who spend unbelievable numbers of hours to make sure that we're comfortable when we are in this room. So thank you both. We feel very comfortable, and we appreciate you. All right, campers, here's my prayer. Guys, this I wrote for you. I wrote this for you. May each of our campers who prepare for a summer in their favorite camps, one in which they get to gather in person with their friends, be one of joy and building of great memories. That it should be one of peace and great friendships. That it should be one of living out Jewish values and Jewish life. And that it should be one of feeling close and connected to all who are responsible for them when they are at camp. May their shouts of happiness be like a prayer of thanks to you, O God. And that they should return home, for those who are going to day camp each day, and for those who are going to overnight at the end of camp, healthy and well, with a deepened appreciation for Jewish life. And that they should return home to find parents who are refreshed because they have had a much needed time to be not only parents, but to be adults as well. So that this summer will be a source of blessing for all of them and for all of you. And let us say, Amen. Amen. And Julie, we are going to invite people to come and to take a flashlight and batteries for camp. For those of you who are going to be doing any overnights, you might need to make sure you have your little portable flashlight so that you won't get lost in the dark. So come, and Julie has gifts for each of you. And we're going to, while we get our gifts, we're going to invite everyone to pray together the words of Aleinu. We're going to invite you to rise and join with us, page 51, Aleinu. Guys, you want to help us? We need some help.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. All of our teams.
Oh, hello.
Page 51.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon ha'chol, v'tekidu al'oseh reshit, shelo asanu goyei ha'asot, v'lo samanu mishpachot ha'adamot, shelo samchakeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu mishpachot ha'amonot, v'anachnu korim,
Guys, one should
שכתוב בתורתך אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד.
ונאמן והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
Again, we'll invite those of you who are in the process of mourning or observing a yard site to remain standing. Teens, you guys can get flashlights. If we have, I'm sure we have some. You may want your Beth Sholom flashlight for camp. And we invite those of you who are in the process of mourning to join with me or observing a yard site, page 52 of your prayer book. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbi. V'yalmad v'yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon. V'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael. V'agala u'vizman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabba mevorach le'olam olmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shemei t'kudesha b'richu. Ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush v'chata v'nechemata. Damiran v'yalma v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael. Yimru. Amen. Please be seated. Again, it is so wonderful to have the Olson, Harris, Lankin, extended family and friends here together to celebrate the Shabbat, which Zoe becomes bat mitzvah tomorrow morning. She will be called to the Torah at 10 a.m., and we are looking forward to celebrating Zoe with you tomorrow. We also want to say it's wonderful to have so many of our teens here with us tonight, and we are happy you're going to be together, having Shabbat dinner together, and then having some time to hang out and have some conversations. We want to say that we're grateful for our Neshama Band, who make beautiful music, and to help us all feel the joy of Shabbat. And so we are very thrilled you are all here. For those of you who have RSVP'd for dinner, our teens are going to be having dinner in the Visitor Center. Julie or Robin can make sure you know what that is. If you don't know where the Visitor Center is, the adults who have RSVP'd and kids who are here for dinner who are not part of our teen group are going to be having their dinner in our Finkel-Sterling Lounge, which used to be called the President's Lounge, so you'll know where that is. And there are, I think, reserved tables for you by pod. So you should look for your table for your pod for dinner. That's following the service. Lots of things going on at Beth Sholom in the upcoming week, not the least of which is the Cantor is doing a concert of music from around the world. That's Wednesday night at 7:30. You're invited to be here in person. For that, there's a wonderful program that Amy Brustein is leading us in. It's a kind of process of doing art together for people who are not necessarily artists, and that's Thursday night at 7:30. There'll be some Jewish text study and some releasing of your inner artist on Thursday night. There's a wonderful Preservation Society event coming up, and the teens are going to be back tomorrow together, right, at 2 o'clock to hang out. And so 2 o'clock at Wall Park. And if you think If you want to release your inner teen, you're not invited. So without further ado, I think we will ask the Chazan, thank him for leading us in prayer this evening, thank the Neshama Band, and I think Zoe, you're going to come up and help lead Adon Olam on page 54 of your prayer book.
Adon Olam.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.